Welcome back to Origami Snowman. My name is Matt. I finished, man, I don't remember what was it? What did I finish? I don't remember. Was it Elantris? Was that the last book I read? I'm trying really hard not to fall into reading patterns. I want to spread things out. I want to broaden my scope. So I don't want to just read nothing but fantasy or nothing but sci-fi. Was it? Well, I think it might have been Elantris. When I say I don't want to fall into a rut, what I mean is I don't want to read a fantasy book and then read something not fantasy or sci-fi and then go back to fantasy or sci-fi and then fine, I'll read some literature. I don't want to do that. I want to be excited about the books that I'm reading. Was it Dungeon Crawler Carl? No, it was James. It was James. That's what I just read. A cat just died on the floor next to me. That's fine. I went ahead and I grabbed a not fantasy, not sci-fi Confederacy of Dunces. A Confederacy of Dunces by John Kennedy Toole, winner of the Pulitzer Prize. If you read the quotes on the back of the book, I'm telling you, they oversell it. I liked it a lot. I enjoyed it. It was too long. It's an anthology of short stories about characters. It just so happens all of these short stories, they are related to one another. You have to read them all. You couldn't just read chapter, 10. You couldn't, that's just not how it works. However, every little section of each little chapter, it is fully intent on the character and events that it's describing in that moment. It doesn't say specifically, now let's explore how this impacts other events in the book. You're left to kind of connect those dots yourself. I liked that aspect of it. The main character of this book, Ignatius Riley, is hard. He's awful. He's just the worst. He's so self-centered and he's so cringy and he's so gross. You're watching him pull down every good thing around him and play the victim and play the martyr. And he's constantly talking about his constitution and how he couldn't possibly be expected to get any work done today. And it's your fault. I've known people like that and they are the worst. And I had to read a whole book about one. However, I did get the sense that Ignatius Riley, the main character, was the author's attempt at self-inspection, self-reflection. He seemed like way too authentic to be entirely fictional. And John Kennedy Toole, he wrote 2 novels in his lifetime. I can't remember what the first one's called. Neon. I don't know. I don't remember. It's Neon Bible, the Neon Bible. But he wrote it when he was quite young. I want to say like around 16 or so, and was never happy with it. It did get published. I have not read it. I don't know anything about it. I don't know if it was well received or not. But he wrote that, wasn't happy with it, wrote A Confederacy of Dunces, and then had a devil of a time trying to find a publisher who would do anything with it. He finally found a publisher, but the publisher wanted lots of changes. And so John Kennedy Toole spent years adjusting, making little tailored adjustments. And it still was never published, and he shelved it and he moved on. He ended up taking his own life, and his mother found the manuscript, and in 1980, it got published. In 1981, it won the Pulitzer Prize. I don't know that it really deserves a Pulitzer Prize. Every character in here felt like a version of either Vladimir or Estragon, if you've ever read Waiting for Godot. They were all confused. They're all down on their luck. They're all simple people. There are definite villains, but there's no real heroes. It felt like someone trying to pay homage to Cannery Row. John Steinbeck's Cannery Row. It's a collection of weird, failed characters who live together in this community, and they're just doing their best to have a nice time. They don't want a lot. They're here, and that's kind of how A Confederacy of Dunces plays out. It's set in New Orleans, and it's interesting. the big difference between Cannery Row and A Confederacy of Dunces is that you got the sense that John Steinbeck actually liked his characters. I enjoyed it for the most part. I did get very bored with it near the end. 3 stars out of 5. Ignatius Reilly just could not, he never made a good choice. He never once made a good decision in this entire book. Everything he did was self-serving. Everything he did was to get himself attention. The people who were really trying to help him, he hated, he loathed. It was hard. It was hard to root for this guy. But it did make me laugh. It was funny. I liked the way it was written. I really liked the way it was written. The style was easy to read. It was really fun. It flowed. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the way he told the story more than I enjoyed the story. The style is so much fun. It's so, I don't know what it is. I can't describe it, but it just flowed. And it was really, the words were good to look at, but what they said was not great. Didn't thrill me. So that's why I'm only giving it a 3, maybe a 3.5. It's a classic, apparently. That's my unasked for opinion. I'm going to be taking a little break here shortly. I'm reading some other books, and I'll do more of the book videos, but I'm not going to be able to do any Minecraft videos for quite a while. Work is blowing up, and I'm exhausted, and I recently died in a bastion in the Nether while I was making a video, and lost everything, and did not have the courage, the nerve, the wherewithal to continue. So realizing that my emotional and mental health state, not great. So easing back off of the Minecraft videos, but as long as I'm reading, I'm going to keep making these little videos. I will say I am on the verge of starting Wind and Truth, Brandon Sanderson's Wind and Truth. So I might be gone for quite a while I read that. Just you know, that's a long book, so I'm not going to be in a rush. Anyway, you guys are amazing and wonderful, and I appreciate the crap out of you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the very next one. Goodbye.